What is up, Need for Speed racers? It's your wheelman, Alex Cornut, and I'm here with the Mazda RX-7. My friend Sloth has been tuning this car for days. He's like, I want to make this car viable. I want to make this car fast. And so, here we are. He went offline yesterday morning. When I was getting on, he's like, hey, tune it, see what you can do. Found a build for it. Found two builds for it. It's awesome. Is it the best in the class? No. Is it competitive and fun to drive? And we're driving the RX-7, boys, so this is cool? Absolutely. Let's dig right in. We're building B class today. We're building A class tomorrow. Christmas Eve, I figured I could bring you guys a Christmas present for some A class. So today, we are playing the Mazda RX-7 Sprint R, the 2002 model. The paint I got on there is the original Fast and the Furious. This is Dom's car. Obviously, we can't do an exact replica, but I thought it was pretty close. So, I like that. I'm not exactly sure who the artist was that did this livery out there, but whoever threw that one out, good job to you. You did a damn good job. I like it. The engine on this car today is the 2.2 liter inline 4. I did some experimentals. I actually have two of these cars. I was building back and forth. This slots into B really good. The stats are solid for a B class. So, all that being said, we do the 121 brake horsepower 2.2 inline 4 basic motor. For the parts, you do the Elite intake. You do the Super ECU. You're going to run just basic fuel system. You are going to run the Super exhaust system. You are going to run the Elite single turbo on this one. You are going to run just basic bottle. Couldn't squeeze it in there on this one. We are going to be running Elite road suspension. This needs it. You need to do all the grip parts for this car. Otherwise, all it does is slide, and it's really hard to control. This is as close as we can get to reasonable. We do Pro brakes. And for my build, we're also doing Elite grip tires. Excuse me. Elite grip tires. There they are. From there, for the Pro clutch, we are doing the basic 4-speed transmission. We are doing the Elite differential. For the auxiliary, I'm running grip and drift. Wasn't sure how this car was going to perform. I find myself doing both in this car. This is the max grip build for this chassis. You cannot put more grip parts on it, and we're still only 40% grip. It does have maximum road traction, so it's pretty stable, but it does have a tendency to want to slide a little bit, and that's why it is not the best in the class. The other B-class cars we've got are more grippy, more stable. They plant, they turn. But if you're wanting to drive the RX-7, I think this is the best way to do it in B-class. So that's why I bring it to you. From there, once that's all said and done, you go to handling. You're going to run it maximum grip, which is only 40%. Steering sensitivity, I've got it all the way high. You might play with that, see what you want to do, but I felt the car was a little sluggish on turn-in without that, so you might run it a little higher than my normal settings. Just try that, see what you like. Downforce all the way high. You can get away with a couple different spots in here. I think it needs the downforce. You might be able to run it for less, see what you think, but I think it needs the highest downforce because it doesn't like to stay planted. Traction control off, drift entry off. What you end up with is a top speed of 128, which is right in line with all the B-class cars. 0 to 60 of 3.6. It's not bad. Horsepower 449. Torque 552. Quarter mile of 11.9. This car slaps for B-class. It holds its own. Like I said, is it the best? I don't think it's the best. Is it top 5? Reasonable. And if you're not playing against super tryhards or people that are running all meta cars, this holds up. It does really, really well. I think it's very, very viable, very good. If you do not have it unlocked yet, you've made it this far in the video, I'm going to be dropping an RX-8 tune for B-class that you can drive the RX-8 to go and unlock the RX-7. You need to have a Mazda to unlock these things. The RX-8 requires a car to unlock it, so I also have that Mazda Miata build. It's an older build, but it's on my channel. Go check it out. It's really good. There are builds for that Miata that have more horsepower, more torque. They're not as fast, not as stable. Higher numbers with different motors does not all calculate the same. And my Porsche RSR builds, I've got two different ones with two different motors. They are like separate cars. One has got more horsepower but less torque, but it feels sluggish. The diesel engine's got tons of torque. It's faster, but it takes a while to get there to get the speed out of it. So there's a lot of different ways to run these cars. So just because you might see somebody with a build that maybe has a little more horsepower, a little more torque, I really would encourage you to grab either one that you want, and if you have enough money, test both of them and see which one you like. I drive and test and tune all of my cars. I don't just slap parts on it and bring it to you. I will drive it for multiple playlists against other guys that are running the good cars to see where it stacks up, because if I just run it by myself or go to a pub lobby that has people that aren't super competitive, I don't know if the car's good or not. And I want to bring you content. I want to bring you vehicles that if you build it, you can with confidence say, I'm actually driving a decent car. I need to work on my lines. I need to work on this. You can focus on all the other things and not in the back of your mind be like, oh, I'm in a crappy car. My car is the reason I lost this. Like, nah, this is, if you're running one of my builds, chances are you're going to be in pretty good shape. So all that being said, I'm your wheelman, Alex Cornut. This is the RX-7 for B-Class. It's a lot of fun. If you don't have it yet, start grinding out your B races in the Mazda Miata. If you've got the RX-8 unlocked, wait for that build tomorrow. It's good. That car's really good. Thank you very much for hanging out. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.